Leaves is such a nice place. I can't get enough of this homey atmosphere. It's so peaceful and laid back. And it's got some great shops.
Agreed. It's a good halfway point between rural and urban. We're just the right distance away from Heimdall.
The previous owners of this land were a noble family. After they lost ownership of it, the government attempted to convert it into a resort. However, that plan fell through. It's said the half-finished buildings from that were used to create the campus.
Well, you sure do know a lot.
I suppose that explains why the branch campus is so large.
All that aside, I didn't think the Empire's military academies would be this tough. I get combat training and practical exams, but math, history, even art?
Hey, what do you have against art?
Isn't this workload way beyond what you'd have at a regular high school?
Well, here in Erebonia, the pen and the sword are both held in high regard, especially at Thor's. It's a prestigious traditional school founded by our most notable emperor. That legacy won't change simply because this is a branch campus.
However, it seems the main campus has changed significantly this year.
Ah, yes.
Huh? I don't get what you guys are talking about, but looks like we're gonna have to give it 110% here.
Altina would say statistically impossible right here.
Let's kick all the other classes' butts.
Well, if you say so. However, most of our lessons are held with the other two classes anyway.
Homeroom is the only one we have without them.
Oh, right. I guess it makes sense given the small number of students, but that means Class 7.
Well, well. If it ain't the chosen ones strutting off to class together.
You're...
I think he's in Class 8.
Good morning. Is there something we can help you with?
Nope, not a thing. Just wanted to get a little peek at the class taught by the hero of Erebonia. Class 7, huh? I'm sure the view is just great from up on that pedestal of yours.
Sorry to disappoint, but we're being treated the same as any other students.
Yeah, it's not like things are going to be different for us just because our instructor's famous.
Oh yeah? Then why'd they go out of their way to make such a small class? A little kid who's clearly too young to be here. Some rich pretty boy with fancy hair. Oh, and a loud, unruly foreigner from some sob-story country. Oops, my bad. Not a foreigner anymore, huh?
All right, we understand. You're a tough guy, but that's quite enough. If you have more to say, I'd be happy to talk with you further. After school.
Not bad. You've got more spine than I gave you credit for. But the one I've got business with is...
I'm so happy to see everyone getting along.
Ah, this girl.
Oh,
Muse, was it?
she's from Class 9, Military Finance.
Good morning to you all. The weather is just splendid, isn't it? But if you spend too much time out here chatting, the bell will ring before you know it.
Yeah, I like being late to class.
True.
I hate perfect attendance records and all.
You all done messing with us?
Me? I'm not here to mess with you. Well then, see you around.
I hope you all have a lovely day. I'll see you again for the classes we have together.
What's that blonde guy's problem? I can't believe they let some punk like him into a military academy.
He obviously had some issue with those of us in Class 7. No, not us exactly, but...
Oh, shoot!
We better hurry, or we'll be late to homeroom.
You're right. Let's get moving.
Whew. Hard to believe it's been 2 weeks already.
It warms my heart to see all the students trying their best. The classwork here is much more difficult than at the main campus, so I'm sure it's tough on them.
Yeah. Then on top of that, training exercises were added onto their curriculum. We didn't have anything like that at the main campus. Thor's branch campus. I think I'm starting to understand what the government's trying to do here.
Oh, but I don't think that's the only reason for this place. In keeping with Thor's tradition,
we'll also have those days to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a relief for them. I'll tell my students about them after school, alongside the club announcement.
Got it. Thanks for taking care of that. Well then, Instructor Reen, let's give it our all today.
Likewise, Instructor Toa.
Reunion. Please hurry up and make that third FF7 part. I need it. We're gonna see all the Sephiroth clones here. Boo, math! Not really. Math is fine.
This is the formula. You will need it when calculating trajectory. Make sure you commit it to memory.
Political economics.
This is known as Gross Domestic Product, or GDP for short. By the way, the GDP of the Empire of Erebonia rose 42% last year compared to 2 years ago.
I don't think anyone cares, Toa. Oh, poor Reen. Reen got stuck with the worst subject.
Today's task is walking. Sounds easy, right? Well, let me tell you, it won't be. We'll be marching, so I need to see perfect posture and formation while armed. Even combat tactics got worn out by this.
War of the Lions.
The War of the Lions, said to be the largest turning point in the history of the Empire. The end of this war brought us to our modern era.
Could we be talking about the Battle of Eagle and Lion instead? I think it'd be much more interesting.
Today, we'll be looking into the events leading up to the war that caused it to develop the way it did.
The way he explains it, it's actually pretty easy to understand.
An interesting perspective.
Oh, I see. I'm actually learning a lot. He's so dashing.
You're setting yourself up for failure, girl. Looks like that's it for today. How'd you guys hold up? Tired. I was prepared for the coursework to be difficult, but even so. Are you just piling more work on this just as we're getting used to the old pace? Haha, not yet, but I may end up needing to do just that. The curriculum here at the branch campus is pretty diverse. It'd probably be a good idea to prepare yourselves for even more work down the road. Ugh, if only there weren't so many lectures. Energy consumption greater than expected. Sheesh. Tomorrow's a free day, is it not? Ah, we have the return of those. That's right, in fact I was just about to explain. Oh right, the entrance guide mentioned that, didn't it? How is it different than a normal day off? Think of free days as normal school days, but without any classes. On free days you can study, train, or pursue one of your hobbies. If you get permission beforehand, you can go visit Heimdall for the day. Wow, it's a lot more freedom than I expected. I figured it was going to be some rest day with a ton of rules and restrictions. That doesn't sound too bad though. Well, it's just one of the things that makes Thors Thors. However, though you're generally free to do what you choose, there is one mandatory task. You'll need to choose a club to join. Really? A club? I hadn't thought there would be clubs at a school that was only just founded. It was a requirement from the principal herself. She said as long as we're using the Thor's name, student clubs are a must. You'll be allowed to apply for a club as long as you have at least 2 members. We'll see about getting your club the proper equipment. Oh, and any students who don't join the club will be put on the student council, who will work directly under the principal. Yeah, it just sounds like a punishment. Sounds dangerous. What is it with this place? Everyone here's over the top, too over the top. So we're being forced to choose then? We have until tomorrow, correct? Right, I recommend you start thinking about it after school today. If you need advice, feel free to talk with any of the faculty members. Remember, we're here to help. Understood. I prefer just having you assign me a club. Also, regarding the new course at the end of the week, Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Panzer Soldat training. That's right, the training units have arrived at the hangar. You'll be joining the combat tactics students for basic maneuvering lessons. After that, we'll discuss the special lessons, the first of which will take place this weekend. ... Special lessons? I was curious about those. There's likely no point in us asking about them now, is there? Sorry, but not even us instructors have been filled in on it. Anyway, focus on tomorrow for now. Think of it as a day to spread your wings and lift your spirits. That concludes homeroom. Can I have you lead the class, Altina? Understood.
Stand. Bow.
School building 1F instructor's room. Well, tomorrow's the free day. It's essentially a free day for us faculty members as well. However, I'd like you all to join a briefing at 3 p.m. A briefing? It's starting to sound real military in here all of a sudden. Is it perhaps about... That's correct, the special lessons there will be held next weekend. I see. That's the only info we're getting for now. If it's top secret, I'm guessing it's gotta be bigger than even Panzer Soldat training. All the students will be joining in for these lessons, correct? Correct, without exception, all students and teachers from classes 7 through 9 will participate. Please report at 3 p.m. tomorrow to the tactical conference room in the main building. That's all for now. I feel like I'm gonna hate this pacing, because boy, did I really didn't like it in Cold Steel 1, and I didn't like it even more in the second playthrough of Cold Steel 1. Sheesh, he's the picture-perfect model of a hard-ass RMP guy, that's for sure. Way I hear it, things are only gonna get more army flavored around here. Yeah. Seems that way to me. At Keep Place, the Panzer Soldats in that freight train. For a branch campus, this place is far too well equipped to be just some throwaway pawn. Yeah, that's true. I know the main campus was renovated as well, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear that just as much as Mira was spent here. What bothers me though is where it's all coming from. And if they're dropping that much cash here, what are they expecting in return from us? Man, what have I gotten myself into? Get me out of this crazy place. Instructor Randolph. It's also so weird to see him referred to as Randolph than Randy. After having played the Crossbow games. Well, I mean, we can't really stop you from leaving, but... Come on now, I'm just kidding around. I'm just not going to drop my responsibilities like that. Besides, the kids in combat tactics seem like they're going to just be a fun group to work with. Anyway, I think I'll head out. Let's both go check on the kids and see if they need help with their big club decision. Yeah, got it. We'll see you later. How did you make that door open with your mind? I can't help but feel like there's a wall between us. Really? I don't get that impression. Well, he's from Crossbow, and he was part of the SSS, so, you know, there's that. He's easy to talk with, and he seems to care for his students. No, he's definitely a great instructor. It's just, a year ago I fought against one of his comrades. Ah yes, Lloyd and Risha. So I don't imagine he's got a very high opinion of me. Honestly, I can't really blame him. Green. Anyway, I'll go check in on the students and head back to the dorm for the day. I'm sure picking a club on such short notice isn't going to be easy for them. Yeah, good point. I've said it before, but let's both keep doing our best. Hopefully they do something to, like... Now then, school's done for the day. It's got a different feel to it when I was a student. Kind of refreshing. I do like this music, though. Maybe I'll walk around the campus to get a feel for it. I could chat with some of the students while I'm at it. If they got any problems or need advice, maybe I can help them out. I should also talk with the principal and the other faculty members. Now view character tab in your notebooks. Something else I mostly ignore in Trails because, you know, it's way too much to keep track of. Yep, event markers. Yeah. I hope they at least try to make it not as dreadful. Because when I replayed Cold Steel 1... When I played Cold Steel 1 the first time, I kind of felt like it. And that's why it took so long to get the game done as a result. But when I played it the second time, I started to feel it. Because I already knew of it. Hopefully they at least try to make it a little more interesting in this game. It's almost time to call it a day. I trust things went smoothly for you today. Looks like you have a good grasp on this whole teaching thing. No, I wouldn't say that. Every day I'm reminded of just how much more I have left to learn. Just like the students, I have to keep learning and improving myself all the time. Ah, so humble. You look like you want to say something, though. There's no need to hold back on my account. Still having trouble wrapping my head around it. The Golden Rakshasa herself here. Do you find it just as amusing as I do? After everything I've done, here I am in such a mundane place as this. To be honest, I've been feeling weaker ever since we lost the Civil War. Though I was still somehow able to accomplish my role last autumn. The Northern War. Our invasion of the autonomous state just north of the Empire, Northumbria. It was a war of retaliation against the Northern Jaegers who were based there. We were all called upon by the government. You were there too, if I recall. Yes, though Valimar and I weren't put on the front lines. Honestly, I don't think we could have even called what happened there a war. What with you and Brigadier General Wallace commanding the provincial armies, equipped with the most advanced Panzer soldates available? The assault in conjunction with the tank unit was relentless. And Northumbria followed the same fate as Crossbell. That's not quite how I'd put it. It'd be more accurate to say it was driven to the same fate by our dear Chancellor's design. And there he is. And in the event, that battle was a good turning point for me. The provincial army was falling apart after the Civil War, but thanks to the Northern War, we were able to salvage it. As the countess of my family, I had planned to leave the army to Wallace, find myself a husband, and pop out some heirs. But then, for some reason, I was called to be the principal here. Fate's an intriguing thing indeed. For some reason, huh? At any rate, tomorrow will be our first, what'd that say? Tomorrow will be our school's first free day. Relax and stretch your legs a bit, but be sure to help our students out with their club decisions. Right, understood. As I said, these students who don't join the club tomorrow will be forced into the student council. If there end up being too many, I'm putting you in charge of them. Students, do not join the student council. It's not a fun time. Take my word for it. That dialogue advanced on its own. I don't know why. I'll do my best to avoid that happening. Yes. Green wants to avoid what he went through in Cold Steel 1. Game did say I can fast travel. We have to talk to Towa and we have to talk to Altina. Alright, all done here. What are you up to here, Towa? I'm just doing a routine check on our school supplies. We don't have a clerk, so I just thought I'd take care of it on the weekends. All by yourself? She's just as capable as ever. Sorry, I didn't realize. Let me help you. It's fine. I'm already about half done. Seems like we got all the supplies we could ask for, but nowhere near enough manpower. True, we don't even have anyone in charge of the nurse's office. Between the upcoming Panzer Soldat training and the special lessons, we're definitely gonna need someone to call. Need someone on call. I suppose we'll all just have to take turns for the time being. I know a little bit of first aid myself, but... well, don't push yourself too hard. If there's anything I can help you with, let me know, okay? Thanks, Reen. There's something I could use your help with, come to think of it. Here. This again. Student notebooks. Alrighty, student notebooks for class 7. It makes more sense in this game. Why is how do I turn off auto scroll? Okay, R1. Why was auto scroll on? I didn't put auto scroll. This is reminiscent of Cold Steel 1 where we have to give everyone their notebooks, except now it makes sense because we're like a professor. Are these student notebooks for the class? Yeah, they were just finished today. Sorry it took so long. Did I get you to hand these out? Yeah, of course. Out of curiosity, why did class 7's notebooks take so long? I thought Major Michael was supposed to be in charge of preparing these. Well, I asked him about that, and the upcoming special lessons seem to be different for each class. So each class has a slightly different notebook based on its curriculum. Class 7's notebooks were pushed back because it has fewer students. I see. Well, I'll go hand these out. What are these special lessons all about? You received 3 student notebooks. Sorry for adding to your workload. No, as their homeroom teacher, I'm the one who's supposed to pass these out. Also, you're the main character. Actually, this takes me back to when we were students. You're right, this is kind of nostalgic. Well then, thanks for your help, Reen. Just leave it to me. I hope they're still on campus. Guess I'll take a look around. It's almost like the devs wanted to harken back to the Cold Steel 1 days. I'm down to take a stroll around this campus. Also, this hallway and these staircases, the layout of them really remind me of Persona 4's Yasugami High. Hey, Altina. Altina, what are you doing here? I thought you went right back to the dorm after class. Why are you here alone? And this looks like the rooftop of Persona 3. Or Persona 4 for that matter. Regarding tomorrow's mission during the free day, I just think the branch campus looks a lot like Yasagami High. Regarding tomorrow's mission during the free day, I've reached a progress block on my investigation. Huh? Are you talking about choosing a club? I attempted to reference documents in the library on the matter. However, that only proved to increase the possible choices. Instructor Reen, please tell me what to choose. Sorry, Altina, I can't, because only you can figure out what you want to do. Me? Let's make this homework. You've got all day to decide tomorrow. All day tomorrow to decide. You can ask other students their opinions if you need to. I can give you advice too, of course. But in the end, you need to decide on your own. ... Clam Soleus. Is Clam Soleus gonna decide for you? I don't understand the purpose, but if this is in order, then so be it. I'll excuse myself now. Alright, goodbye. What a weirdo. Haltina? Hey! Is she pouting just now? I hope no one in town spots her riding that thing. Oops, forgot to hand her the notebook. Oh well, guess I'll head back too. Oh, Altina.